sometimes when we give a lot of hassle, should I say, to African parents who are like, you know, I want you to go and study medicine. I mean, but when you look at the numbers though, you know, they really do be earning. Just saying. She's got her glasses on. We're about to get serious, okay? I want to talk about salaries today because in the last few, I want to say months. Yeah, I'm going to say months. This year, towards like the back end of last year, I've been a bit more intentional, should I say, about like looking at salaries, like what salaries people are earning in my field, what sort of salaries that I can earn in like jobs that I'm looking to go into like in the near future, and just doing like a proper survey about salaries in general and just getting an understanding of what I'm worth personally. So then I decided, in the spirit of understanding salaries and all of that jazz, that I was going to do a video on the top 10, 20, 15, we'll see how much I can get through, highest paid jobs in the UK. I've been doing a bit of research on this, and I can't say that I'm happy with what I can see, not necessarily because of the money, but just generally because like the jobs are not realistic, right? They're really, really big jobs. But yeah, it was still quite interesting to me to see anyway. The two that I'm going to go based off of is Indeed and Glassdoor, because I think Indeed anyway is the biggest job and recruitment platform in the UK. Is where you go and find jobs basically. There's some other ones, but Indeed, sorry, is the biggest one. And then Glassdoor as well is where people tend to post about opinions about companies and the jobs and salaries and all of that. And it's also quite big in the UK as well. So we're gonna start from, do you want to start from the highest paid, or do you want to start from the lowest paid on this list? I'm going to start from the highest paid. Let's go from up, right? Okay, let's do that. The first one here is Chief Financial Officer. When I saw this, I was like, I mean, I'm not surprised. A Chief Financial Officer is literally like a very high level senior executive at a company. And the salary that they said the national average for a Chief Financial Officer is £124,677 a year. That is a lot of money. That is a lot of money. And mind, this is the average, right? So there's people who are a little bit lower, there's people who are going to be obviously higher as well, but the average is basically 125k per year, which is like interesting. Yeah, but then again, I'm not so surprised. I must say, I'm not the most surprised about that number. The next one that came up, which is actually significantly a lot lower than the first one, is Vice President of Sales. Like I said at the start, I was like, okay, this is very senior. It's about 100k per year, £98,678 per year. Yeah, fair enough. A Vice President of Sales is a top level executive again that oversees all of the sales team and operations of a company. So yeah, I'm like, okay, cool. Again, I'm just thinking of like people in suits and like people in really high level. I'm really hoping to see more like average jobs that I know that people earn a lot of money on this list, which it wasn't really given. And I'm like, I know people earn more than that, but then that's the key thing though, it's more about average. So the fact that I might know, you know, some person or two people who work in tech or this and that who are earning this amount doesn't necessarily mean that when I look at the bulk of everybody that the average is high enough. You know, come in. Okay. The next one here is Orthodontist. Not gonna lie, I didn't know what Orthodontist was. I've heard about them, but I didn't know what they actually do. But Orthodontist is a specialist dentist who focus on jaw problems and the straightening of crooked teeth. I feel like I might have some that might need work done. Okay, but yeah, that's very interesting, and I'm not surprised by that again, because dentists, you know, they have the shmoney. The average salary per year is 954. Jesus Christ. £94,658 per year. Which is like, okay, that's decent. Again, that's average. So some people will earn more than that, some people earn lower, but that is a really good price. So dentistry, definitely a good field to go into. But then again, this isn't just like a casual person in the dentist, this is like an orthodontist, which is an area of specialization. I think that's another thing as well, that quite a lot of jobs sometimes, like going into an area of specialization instead of the generic stuff, definitely helps get you a higher salary, especially when those specialists are in demand and not everybody goes into that. So the next on the list is Nephrologists. Oh, what's that? What's that? What do you do? Nephrologists are medical specialists who focus on the diagnosis and treatment of diseases that affect kidneys. Okay. I didn't know like the kidney had a special doctor. I thought, you know, that was just the general stuff, but I guess that makes sense. Guess how much they earn. It's not that much more than the one just below, the orthodontist. It's about 94,118 per year. So I think based on this, we can probably say the orthodontist and nephrologist, again, medical practitioners, that it is, what am I doing this? Close enough, similar, very similar salaries. Now, this is another word that I thought, oh, what's there? What's there? Ophthalmologists. Ophthalmologists are medical doctors who specialize in the diagnosis and treatment of eye diseases. Oh, I get, why didn't they just call it opticians? I guess again, it's another these specialists are both physicians and surgeons. So again, it's another area of specialization. 93,331 pounds per year. Medical people, they're raking it in according to this list. The next one is also, I mean, you know, sometimes when we give a lot of hassle, should I say, to African parents who are like, you know, I want you to go and study medicine. I mean, but when you look at the numbers though, you know, they really do be earning. Just saying. The next one is an you know that word, anesthesiologist. It is the medical students who provide anesthetics to patients who are undergoing surgery. I always wondered why this was such a high, like, specialist job, because I swear it's very common. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, it looks like doctors are doctoring when it comes to their money, you know. 93,072 pounds. Again, all of the doctor fields at the moment, very similar earnings. The next one is actually what I wanted to do. I had a brief moment where I wanted to be a pediatrician. It was cute for like a little, you know, 2 seconds. I was like, yeah, you know, I want to be a pediatrician. I want to make kids feel better. I feel like I would have done well as a doctor, you know. Hi, my name is Dr. Oh gosh, you know, it's so tricky on this channel because my name is Stephanie, my name is Chimkasi, my name is Kacha. I have all those names, they're all mine. So I guess if as a doctor, my name would be Dr. Stephanie. Hi, my name is Dr. Stephanie. Hi, cute little kids. How are you doing today? Sorry, that was a bit of a role play. That was terrible. So yeah, pediatricians earn 92,864. I should say that my pediatrician dream ended really abruptly, should I say, when I realized that I don't like sick people. I don't like being in a place where people are sick. I guess the joy of the job comes after making them feel well, but unfortunately for me, that isn't just good enough, and I probably would be depressed if I was a doctor, because seeing people ill, too much. Okay, again, we're still in the medical fields. Oh, doctors are doctoring. Wow. Okay, money. So this one is a plastic surgeon, which yeah, those BBLs, they don't pay for themselves, okay? Plastic surgeons earn 90,531 pounds on average. Who knew that? I didn't know that. But then I actually thought that they would earn more than that, because I feel like a lot of plastic surgeons are private practitioners, aren't they? I mean, I imagine people who are in the medical field, educate me please, I imagine like they would have, say for example on the NHS, they would have like medical people who are, no sorry, what am I saying, plastic surgeons who are on the NHS, like if someone has a burn and someone that, you know, when like you have like a general like medical issue that needs plastics, but I feel like you would also have a lot of what's it called again, private people. So I thought that money would be a bit higher than that. But again, on average, I guess that's where maybe if you look at if you break down that data, maybe people who are private maybe will be on the higher end of that average, and then people who are on the NHS maybe would be on the lower end. I assume. Educate me if you know any difference. So the next one is, oh my god, it looks like I might have to be a doctor after all, because these monies. The next one is also in the medical field, dermatologist. I'm not surprised by this one, Because I used to struggle with acne so much, and every single time I've checked the price of Dermatologist, you know what I've said to myself? Jesus is going to be that acne. It's going to be an acne cream, because you guys will not kill me. Just consultation sometimes with dermatologists, £250, just to sit down and have a chat and say, hey, look at my skin. Actually, my skin is doing okay today, but like, hey, look at my skin, you know, I'm struggling a bit, this and that. Wow, £86,734 per year. Not surprised by that. Not surprised at all. At all. The next one is tax director. What's that? Tax directors create, plan, and implement a company's tax strategy. To be honest, like accountants, tax, those type of people, they know how to, like, you know, organize. Tax in this country is such a big thing. I feel like if you can get your tax, especially as a business person or someone who earns a certain amount, if you can get all the different ways to take your tax back from the government, then you're really laughing to the bank. So I'm not surprised by that. £89,619 on average for tax directors. Okay. And I guess those tax directors are in companies. They said they make sure that a company's tax returns are correct and try to minimize its tax obligations. So yeah, people will pay a pretty penny to save tax, because tax is such a big thing in this country. Okay, next one is director of my field. Hello people. Engineering. So director of engineering earns £73,368 per year. Ooh, child. Things are gonna get easier. You know, I'm a little bit salty. I'm just gonna say it. I'm a little bit salty, because it was like the CEO, CTO people, doctors, then engineers. Thank you very much. How is that helpful? So yeah, I'm a little bit salty that engineers don't earn more, but I realized very quickly as I got into my field that yeah, they lie to us, okay? We don't really be earning like that. I guess when I look at national averages and, you know, people are struggling out there, I'm like, yeah, fair enough, you know, we do earn a little bit more than, you know, but still, are you seeing those numbers on the doctors? So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. So I have said the salary is 78k per year. Just so for people who don't know, a director of engineering coordinates and manages all engineering staff and operations in a company, okay? Their duties include leading engineering projects, directing engineering departments, and supervising technical staff. So in my company, we do have a director of, we call him our director of technology, but technically speaking, same vibe, okay? And I'm sure he earns more than that. I'm very certain of it. Probably more into like the six figures, if I'm gonna be honest. So IT director is the next one at 77k, 77,446 per year. Okay, I thought this would be higher as well. You know, there's a lot of conversations about tech, you know, being a tech bro, girls who code, cis code, she codes, they codes, black women in tech, spring tech, all of that stuff. And I felt like I would see some more tech jobs here. I ain't seen nothing, you know, there's not much here. Why? I'm disappointed, okay? So yeah, that's 77,446 per year. The next one, again, is another senior job, managing director at £74,450 per year. So for people who don't know, again, the managing director fulfills this most senior role in a company. They're responsible for implementing a company's policy and for ensuring that a company's strategy is geared towards growth and increased profit. So MD, managing director, big job. Next one, again, is also an MD, but a marketing director. A marketing director, the average salary is 69k. Did I say the managing director was 74,450? If I didn't, that was what it was. Marketing director 69k. Yeah, not surprised. Yeah, not surprised. I would say the managing director, I thought that would be more towards 80 to 90k rather than 74, but yeah. So the marketing director 69k. Marketing director aims to drive profits and increase a company's market share by promoting a company's products and services. So that makes sense. Then the next one is, oh, this is an interesting one, an actuary. What is an actuary? I have no idea. Actuaries are business experts who use their knowledge of economics, statistics, probability theory, and investment theory to solve business problems. Isn't that everybody in a I don't know. What? They earn £64,362 per year. I don't know what that is. So they said an important focus of the job is to predict emerging financial risk and to devise steps to mitigate the risk should it occur. Oh, all right, actuary. Okay. The next one, this one I thought would be a lot higher up. CEO, Chief Executive Officer. Why is that only £61,805, whereas Chief Financial Officer was almost one of the first? Was that not one of the first? Was that the first? Remind me if I'm wrong. But yeah, 61,805. That's a bit small, in my opinion. Okay. I did some Googling like a while back and I confirmed the numbers today. The CEO of my company is a FTSE 100 company, and the CEO of my company is between 1.5 to 2.5 million pounds a year. I'm just gonna be quiet. The money and the numbers speak for itself. So that's why I'm a bit disappointed that the CEO here, average salary is 61k, 62k. That's a bit disappointing. And last but not the least, to do what? To complete the doctor, lawyer, engineer trio of African mothers and African parents is what? A lawyer. Yay! This is quite low. But I guess like when I think of solicitors and like literally, we use solicitors a lot for like lots of legal things in the country, and yeah, you probably will have like solicitors if you're not in a certain specialization of solicitorship, I guess, then maybe you wouldn't earn as much, because we do have solicitors who are just like the everyday solicitors. That makes sense. What's the difference between a lawyer and a solicitor? I don't know. Oh, so yeah, sorry, actually it says in the UK a lawyer can either work as a solicitor or as a barrister, so that makes sense. So yeah, legal advice, like yeah, so the average salary is 51k, 51,237,000 to be specific. Yeah. Did I think it'd be higher? Yeah, I would say I would think towards more 60 to 70k than 51, but you know, like I said, I know of solicitors who are just like, what do they call them in Nigeria? I think it's charge and bill. You know, like in Nigeria, you know those broke lawyers out. They wear the one trouser. That's that one trouser for 1 month. That one suit and I'm so sorry, that's really rude. But you do have lawyers who are struggling. That's why I'm saying this. So the fact that you study law doesn't mean that you're gonna come up and be all of this zazazam, right? I feel like you have a better chance of getting more money in the medical field than like with lawyers. With law, I don't know, that's my opinion, and most of it is probably not based on fact, just from what I can see and the people who I know. But yeah, we do need solicitors, so I think like lots of people probably will get work, but I think some of the solicitor jobs are probably not as paid in comparison to like the medical field. So that is it. I think I want to mention a few other ones that I found were quite surprising. On another list that I found on Refinery 21, a rheumatologist earns 94k. I'm thinking of like rheumatism. But I'm guessing they do something. Again, it's medical field. So there's a lot of medical field, locum consultants, neonatologists. I said anesthesiologist. There is, what else? I said plastic surgeon. Vascular surgeon was on here on another list as well. So yeah, there's lots of medical fields that pretty much all of them are raking above 90k to like it's pretty much 90 to 100,000 pounds a year. So that is a definite fact. Another one that I found on this list by Refinery 21 was Director of Product Management at 92,000. Another one that I thought was quite handy was, this is one that I think lots of people know. What is it? Where is it? Train drivers. Train drivers can earn between 58k, average like, yeah, 58k per year, which I think is a lot actually, because if you look at like people who drive other things like bus drivers, for example, they don't earn as much. So when it comes to conveyance of people, like transportation, I think train drivers in the UK and then pilots earn a lot of money. So that's another one that wasn't on that list on Indeed. So yeah, aircraft pilots and flight engineers earn on average £75,903 per year. So that's another worthy mention. Another word he mentioned is production managers and directors in manufacturing. I thought this was a worthy mention because again, this is my industry. So £61,521 on average for production managers and directors in manufacturing. So if you have a a manufacturing site where you produce something, it could be pens, it could be whatever, you will have someone who is responsible for managing production outputs and operations and the way things are running, and different levels as well. You have the manager, you also have director level, so they earn on average 61,521, which I think is fair. On that one, I think that feels quite accurate. The last one that I'm going to say is one that I think doesn't get a lot of it doesn't get a lot of people clamoring onto it. Again, this might just because it's not really my field, but senior education professionals, so people who basically people working in the education industry. I'm guessing lecturers are going to be on here as well. Yeah, basically people who are higher up in education, like professors as well. And the average salary is £61,075 per year. It's not a great deal, but I think it's a decent and a good amount. I would wish that money would be a little bit more, because people who provide education, even teachers as well, I think they definitely need to be paid more. But those are what the numbers are saying. So I'm gonna put all the links to all of these that I've just mentioned. The main one that I use, I'll put that link first, and then the other ones from The Sun, Refinery 21, and even Glassdoor as well, I'll put all of those links. So if you're interested in finding out, what people earn and, what salaries in the UK look like, I hope this was interesting for you. Again, mine is at the top, right? Most people, including myself, don't earn up to this price, any of these prices that I mentioned today. So I think average salary in the UK is something like £27,000 to £30,000. So take that into consideration when watching this video. We're not all rich, definitely, that's for sure. I hope this video was interesting in one way or another. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you somewhere in this space sometime soon. Bye.